JC, good to see you. Tiffany, got a bunch of new ancients in holders as a heads up. We've got, a real nice mix, and maybe we can just get started with a coin that I would say is in the graded category, which is not something we frequently will start things off with. But doing great, Ryan Stacks. Thanks for asking. We have a very nice, large, anonymous phallus overstruck by Heraclius and Heraclius Constantine. In this phase, the coins are really, really crazy. The quality generally goes down significantly, I would say, on them. So it's nice to have like all the lettering and everything fairly clearly on there. And maybe we'll have a true deal of the day here early. But yeah, nice mix of high quality types, a bunch of new stuff that I just got in actually last night. And so it's just great to have all of you here. And I still think we've got room to run on what is a large Byzantine phallus from the 7th century with kind of a nice green patina. Just fun to be with you all here. And I'm actually, as I speak here, I'm going to do a little bit of giveaway. We'll call this a world coin. It says that one will go to Peace and Love. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm going to put in about 15 giveaways for today. I think I'm targeting around 2.5 to 3 hours of a show. And we will get those up and running. Keep telling me. So somebody said BCA. I didn't exactly see what it was going to be. These I paid about, and they're really nice, in the very high 20s for. So I'd start them at 39. I think that they're still a solid type though. And it's nice to have the specific prints. In this case, a Rhodes the third. Or actually, maybe we do 37, trying to make about... I have 8 of these in my inventory, and so the Kings of Elam are going to be where these are from. This has a very nice dual-sided, good portrait on the reverse, which is fairly appealing. And so it is fantastic to see all of you guys joining the chat. I know there was another BCA request, and so these were just some coins that I had sitting around. Maybe we'll warm up with a different BCA quarter. I don't even know what these days, and Tiffany, I know you'd bought some. I don't want to go below that 44 range, but I think I bought the last 11 that they had in stock. This one has some like slightly altered rims, but it's going to be a barber quarter. Let me tell you what the melt on this thing is. 1908S, again, those rims, it's been like impaired a little bit. So I just want to call that out. $14 of melt in this guy. So we've got a back of melt offer at the moment here, and Skippy is going to land that one. We also can run, I'm not exactly sure. Well, here's a very pretty, also $14 of silver quarter. Let's test this one out. We'll do the same. It's got some very nice kind of rainbowy toning on there. Take that out of the flip, but less common for us to have tons of US material in, though hopefully an attractive, again, back of melt continues to be. We'll see where this one lands, but nice toned silver. And that one will land well back. Congratulations. We can do, what do you guys think a CC quarter is worth? I should even look on eBay. Here's a dollar start, or maybe we can just dollar start it. Let me get some of the, I think we had 4 other maybe of the Rhodes, and then the other types were Prince A. And so we can do some of the Toledo. The Queen Anne crown sounds good, Ryan Stacks. Let me pull that guy. That one will go to Skippy. Congratulations. And again, maybe not the sharpest idea here, but we'll do this, and then I'll work to the Queen Anne crown. Let's do 5-second extended bid, but this is going to be Carson City silver. I very rarely get in Carson City silver, but we've got it in front of us. 1876 seeded coin, and just fun to offer. But again, we have a really nice mix of owl fractions as well. I feel like that was definitely a highlight. We've got a bunch of Aspa Varma tetradrams. We really kind of went big. Nice win for Peace and Love there. What's going on? Great to see you, Krabby. No problem. I was not worried, but I was also like, I was working on a deal with Krabby to get some what I thought were really cool coins, and so I cannot wait to show them. Let's bring out some of the owls though that I was talking about. I bought out my um, uh, person who sells them to me basically, and happy to talk here, Krabby, if there's anything. I mean, I'm pretty open and public about stuff, or we can just text. But yeah, beautiful. Again, very good detail in this group. I was kind of testing them unknowing. I didn't see photos of these when I bought them, but they looked really nice in hand. Very clear portrait of the Elamite rulers. Um, and so that one will go to Travioli. And again, I try to figure like because it's one thing if I have a bunch of something, I feel like it's better for people to know. Again, I have at this point 3 of Erodes and then 3 of Prince A. And I think that there is very solid opportunity for them to bid up a little bit. BCA, let me see, 0081. Let me just find that coin for us. Oh yeah, it's a really cool Tokelau. How much of a rush would you say you're in? Oh yeah, very solid reverse on this one. We'll do the last because I'm thinking I want to kind of we have some nice Elamite coins. We have some nice owls. There's ones with the prongs. There's ones without the prongs. The ones with the prongs are going to be a good bit pricier. This one I think is beautiful. Take a look at how nice the kind of upside down anchor on the reverse is, like standout eye appeal category. I would say the last 2 are both quite nice from that perspective. And that one is going to go to Sweet Spot Collectibles. We've got, this is the last of the Erodes. Then we have a couple of the Prince A's. Let's make sure that there's more giveaways because I think people are going to be really excited about the kind of level of coins that I'm offering, and so I want to make sure that that's out there. Last of this type, then there are 2 of the Elamites, then we can do some of the owls. Nice one for Tiffany. Here, these ones are interesting, and this would be like 2nd to 3rd century AD. So I think it'll be about, oh, thank you for calling that out. 8, where are those coins? They are over here. 0805. I'm pulling the ones that have been requested, and then there is 0503. Let me see, where is that? We are asking, those are some big coins, just as a heads up. Here are the last 2 Elamite coins. Wow, those are really solid looking for the type. And then again, we have a bunch of the Spanish Toledos, which actually my wife has some ancestry to that ruler in the Spain. Great detail. And again, forgive me if I'm a little slow in terms of getting to some of the great types that we have for today. Is not, malicious or negative. Just want to make sure that I'm covering all the exciting types that we have. And I'll try to go pretty fast through the offerings today. So we've already sold, after this one goes, all of the Elamite bronzes that I had taken. Again, fantastic detail facing left. Very clear eyes. It reminds me of the LMS tetradrams. And that one will go to Krabby. Nice win. Here we have some of these owls. Not super common types. These are Arabia Felix Sabaean, so kind of modern day Saudi Arabia or Yemen. I had great Yemeni food and a great owl just staring right at us. Owl fraction. This is a quarter unit. And then there you see Athena's head on the other side of it with a little marking on the cheek. Very, very beautiful. And, again, this one, I feel like owls are just pretty popular. And so I'm always excited to get them. And I think, this you'll see was a very nice mix. And Brianna Lay sounds good. Let me pull that 0608 as well. There you see a very nice looking, I would say this is a comparatively high eye appeal mix. In terms of these little owl fractions. And I think people are going to like them a lot. Again, it's very tough to find them. And so I'm always excited when I do. And so continue, please, to request. We probably will pivot towards owls, at least for a time here, because they're just the type of thing that's really exciting. This one has a super clear X on the cheek. Again, the eye appeal. I'm not making up that the eye appeal is nice. Obviously, I would not be incentivized to tell people that the coins were nice if they weren't. But I do think that this is a great group. That one will go to Peace and Love. Let's see this one. And if they soften a bit, where I'm also super open, we can move over to some of the other stuff that we've got. BCA 071. What is that type? This one is great. Take a look at how clearly you can see Athena's face. An ASE. Perfect. Yeah, happy to run that one. Again, great detail. And Peace and Love cleaning some of these up. We have office space, but not a shop that is open because of security reasons. But it's definitely a long-term goal, if that makes sense. There's also some other rarer owl types that we have in today that we could get over to. These with the prongs are a little more popular. We'd start them like 139. Very clear detail. Let's see, 0603. That's this great group. I really wanted to make a video out of it, but it didn't look like I'm going to be able to have the time on those. It's two owls that are fairly, well, actually, let me show you the owls that are new for today. They're tougher to find. This is a Mesopotamian owl. So it's got really interesting style, but it's a bit scuffed, but it's just something I very rarely see. Similarly, this is a 4A Lichion, like Saudi Arabian 4A owl with crazy style. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful new style owl tet. So if there's interest in those, they're not cheap though. That's the problem, and they come up so infrequently that I'm pretty confident asking for a good profit margin on them. So I just want to be really clear about those guys. But if there's the interest, we can also run them. Okay, this one's the last little. I think there's 2 or 3 more, but we can focus on those another time. Very clear owl portrait. And then let's see. I've got this. Again, I just want to be clear that on these, the owls is the sort of thing where I always try to go for a pretty small amount above. Krabby's going to win that, and we can do the other 3 after these. I generally try to offer things pretty tight, but on these I'm making a larger profit margin because I think that the deal I got, like I paid in the mid 200s. I think I paid $240 for this one, and so it's higher than normal for me to then ask 349. And if people do not feel any need to bid on it, but on the other hand, how often do you see a Mesopotamian owl? It's got beautiful style. It's really interesting in terms of how, it's not like that traditional AOE. You're seeing the A and the theta down here, which just does not make sense in terms of that traditional owl design. And so I think that that's really, really interesting. It's unclear. It's not like we would have known, oh, this is exactly bought in the 4th century or something. Or not bought, traded with in the 4th century, if that makes sense. This one is going to be similar. This is a 4A tetradrachm, and the obverse is really worn. I think I paid the same $240 for it. But a Lichian, it's like, I could see this one bidding up a good bit, and it has not a core that is not silver, but it's about 3rd century BC. And sounds good, Siege. And it's got this huge owl portrait, but it's super stylized, which is really interesting. There's the classic A theta E. Interesting symbolism. And then, yeah, just really fun to show off. And then we have the other one, which is a big. I know that we've said, let's try. And there's also like an Anna coin. Why don't we do this 1781 Thaler as a thank you? We'll probably pivot back to ancients pretty soon. But there's also the Queen Anne. This is going to be a 1781 Bavarian mounted Thaler. Oh, the new style. I could also just offer it to you direct. I think I was planning like offer it here for like 900 ish. Actually, I should. Yeah, I'll run the new style, and we'll see. green table in the lead on this one. The big owl, yeah, about 900. We also have some lower cost items. I know that there's some BCA stuff that I've been going slow on. Also, some great German types. Let's try it here. 900, 899 is the same thing. We'll give it 30 seconds so people can look around and think about it. But man, it's pretty. Peace and Love will be the first bidder. You have this great cornucopia on the side. You have a fantastic amphora underneath. This one's specifically dated to 152 to 151 BC. Really, really pretty. And so that sounds good. Water, I can definitely pull Trajan Denari. And that one will go to Peace and Love. Congratulations. That's a really pretty coin. I think you'll really like it in hand too. It really stands out in terms of its like eye appeal and overall weight. So yeah, I think that one will be really exciting. This I bought from Austria, which is right under Bavaria. It's an imitation Thaler, but it would not have been struck like yesterday. It's unclear exactly when it would have been struck, but likely, possibly even contemporarily. Just super old item. It's got a hole in it, but I think it should be more than like a $4 item. I think it's probably considerably ahead of that range. Dated to 1760. The Queen Anne crown is like pretty worn. Will be like 169 or something. And yeah, these are just super interesting. Oh yeah, YBY Yasha, thanks for. I bought some coins from Yasha. It's my first time buying from him ever. We bought some British rupees and then one Thai baht. We have some interesting Thai stuff, but we'll do the Queen Anne next. And then I know that there's some other expensive Thalers. I feel like I've been trying to emphasize a mix of, and let me show the reverse that is impaired before people bid on this. So again, the reverse is impaired, but it's also 1708 crown size of Queen Anne. Anna de Gratia. I think she was the last of the House of Tudor. Would that make sense? And I have to look at price comps a little closer. Possibly. I think that might be our first or maybe our second unsold of the day. There's a lot of metals that we have. We have some fantastic like Greek tetradrams. And I know that there's some other, but these I did want to possibly offer. This would be like a 124 start. Beautiful. Gondopharid, Gondophares Sazes, and we can do some of the other owls, but I have 3 in my inventory, which I will run all 3 of them here. Super, super interesting. Indo-Parthian. I'm curious where. I bet that this would be. Find it in the lead. Ruled in Gandhara, which where is Gandhara? In like Pakistan, Afghanistan, but Parthians kind of had some like Persian, or it was basically Greek Persia. Nice win there. I'm not going to raise the start price on the other 2 that we have. Just fantastic level of detail. This one has a very clear ruler. You know, that ruler on the reverse is quite nice. New ungraded Greek silver. Not tons, Rob. Not tons. I feel like these days, we honestly frequently are going to grade most of that Greek silver, both in terms of protecting authenticity. Again, NGC doesn't guarantee authenticity, but they're really good at it. And so I trust them a ton. So we often are going to route it through there. But, I mean, we did just sell a $939 owl that was really beautiful. Here's the last of these ones that I brought. We also have some possibly we have some insanely beautiful Greek Sasanian tetradrams that I think people are going to go crazy for. Let's see. Well, let me just preview these. I only bought 2 of them. In XF condition, a Darshir with fantastic Zoroastrian fire altars. He's like the first ruler of the Sasanian Empire. So I paid low to mid 200s for them. Probably would ask somewhere in the low 300s. So if people want those to run, please feel free to let me know and we'll try to make it happen. In the meantime, we can run a couple. These are going to be Indo-Scythian, which is a little different from Indo-Parthian. Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a Bilin tetradrachm of Aspavarma. So I've had some AE tetradrachms. It's similar to the prior, but I would say, um, a little more worn shape. You think we should run them, find it? All right, sounds good. We'll try those two. Sasanian. Krabby's going to snipe that. We've got a couple more of these. Actually, first, this one has been probably teasing people for a while. Let's try it out. This would be WY. Then we can do some of the owls. I just want to make sure that I'm not slowing anybody down. Let's see. And I'll show both sides here. It looks like this possibly could have been like an amount, but also then I'm just like, maybe that's part of the coin. 1624, very large taller of Ferdinand. I paid $289 46 cents. So I would look for like 369, 379 maybe 369. But no sudden death. No worries if that's too rich. But I paid just under 300 for it, so I do want to make at least like call it 10%. I try to do. The $6. I kind of don't want to. I imported it. I bought it from a dealer in Austria. So here we have these beautiful Adarshir Tets. There's two of them. That's it. After we, those are the only ones that I have. Offering them, again, this is not like a super cheap coin, but they're so pretty. I'm offering them at $329 with the fantastic fire altars. Yeah, exactly. Then you have to pay, tariffs. You're not supposed to pay tariffs, but I find that somehow it seems like I always do. Tiffany's gonna any platinum today? No platinum. I wish. Let me try. Let me do at least the Tokelau. Just fantastic. Jinx Canada, that's what I recently got one where somebody did that, and it actually, for the first time, I got a FedEx package where it worked. Yeah, incredibly beautiful. Sassanid type. Adarshir is just not a common tetradrachm to find. And we'll keep it the same start price, even though it bid up a bunch. Let me show both sides. This one has a great reverse. I mean, it's like fantastic altar, super clear script. Just incredible. We'll see where this one lands. Then we'll do the Tokelau. And that one will end as well. Here, let's see what else. We've got a couple. I think we only have 3 left on the owls. After the Tokelau, we will run. Exactly. It seems to be, it's tough. Where is silver? I actually don't even know where it is. My thought is that this is probably at least silver 77.52 according to CNBC. So let's just run it for $78. I think it bids up from there. I really do. King Charles. This is actually not a super common. It's the ABC Mint Oceania Untamed Landscapes silver dollar. Sure, Timmer. We can definitely get the Napoleon as well. Oh no, it's not that I didn't want to sell it. I just wanted to make sure that I was offering, if people came in looking for great graded coins, that I had them ready to go. Which of the dollars are $6? And then I know we do have a couple Cleopatras, which are just really cool types. But yeah, I mean, I have those Cleopatras, been in my possession for probably a little while here. But they're coins that I definitely am like asking close to retail. But if you look on eBay and then you compare it with my price, I think you also find that, you know, I'm offering it considerably back of that. So, you know, just to call that out, I think I've got 2 Cleopatras. Jettons. Yeah, we have a couple of Jettons. I think that they have a little more down in Texas. I actually have a good number, but I didn't prep all of them today, which was probably just my bad. If that kind of makes sense. Here's the Cleopatra. Let's take a look on eBay and see what the lowest Cleopatra is going to be. VII, Tetragram, NGC. Because this one's 30 to 37 BC. I see one in Choice Fine that sold for $650. And that's it. The ones that are available, the cheapest that you're going to find in NGC holder is also offered by $650. But guess who's selling it? Treasure Town Coins. So this one would be, we'll say, $4.99, which I've sold a bunch at that range before. It has a small flan flaw, but it's no problem if you don't want it. It's just it's super hard to find more of these. They're cool. On the 1/6, let me go find it, and then we've got more of the owls. I think the last 2 that I brought, I've had these in my inventory for a little while, but it's the sort of thing that I feel like the odds of replacing them are like 0. Oh yeah, sounds good. Let me run that one. 129 for this. This is a really nice owl portrait. It's got beautiful eyes, and this is on the better side. I would say the back isn't quite as nice, but I think people do value the owl side of these more. And so the next one is a slightly larger flan, but this is probably the best owl of these types. And we said, oh, the proof silver eagle. Let me check out 2021 proof silver eagle. Looks like people are buying these for you know, maybe I'd try mine for like 89 bucks or so. That one will go to Find It. Congrats. And then last but not least, we've got and then there's again, there is tons more. We'll do the 129 again. It's tempting to raise the price, but I always figure too people appreciate not having me jump the price tons on them. Great X. That's what I'm talking about. The reverse is so. Oh yeah, AC 4990. Can you tell me more about that coin? Because I'm not seeing it. Is it like... It's a fantastic... Oh, we also have British Staters, which I sold out of entirely the last time I offered them. Ancient British. Oh, Hadrian Denarius. Cool. And I know you mentioned that earlier. Let me just try to pull the Hadrians that I do have. Does it say, is it XF or is it... I think it's an XF condition coin. These owls, that was the last one that I have. I'll see what I can do in terms of getting more, but I don't have any more in my possession. So, you know, the sort of thing that I'll do is like, hey, if I have a good lead on something, why don't we just dollar start this guy? This is really cool. It's actually this is so crazy because obviously I do coin YouTube. I'm super excited. Later this year, I'm going to do a lot more like coin YouTubing, but oh yeah, Rob the Cobb sounds good. Egyptian Kuzbane. I don't have tons of Egyptian coins. I think I've got a couple. If you type in like Alexander Pontius Pilate, I just bought some last night. And so, but I had the Cleopatra offering. I just tried, but it's expensive too. If that kind of makes sense. I think this is the one that was requested. Let me also just do quickly here. There's a Napoleon. Sometimes also, you know, I try to be cognizant and not only sell like super expensive stuff, and a lot of the ones that I've started on today have been on the pricier side. So let me try to just get that Napoleon for $1 start. And then we're going to get back to some more NGC stuff because the NGC that I got today is, I think, pretty exciting. This is a nice coin, though. Like, it's not like a $1 coin. I'll put it that way. This is Napoleon ruling in Italy. I did want to try some of these Duro Triges stators, and they're in better shape. I've got VF ones. I've sold some fines in the past in the 90s range, but I paid more than 90 for these guys, so I'm going to try to start them around 129. I have 5 of them in my inventory. No sudden death. On the no image, sure, it's you can also cross-reference the skew that is there, and this is like a stylized horse in the back, which is pretty interesting. Disjointed, and then on the other side, it's like the Celtic imagery is a little less clear, so like there you can see the horse a little bit better. Let's see. Here's the Ptolemy at $4.99, but you can always look like the cert lookup if that is helpful. This one is like truly going to be fairly expensive of a Hadrian Denarius because it's a better reverse type. Let me just look up Hadrian Denarius NGC XF. There's one that you can buy on eBay for $2.99. Who's selling that? Hermosa Ancient Coins. Interesting. Theirs is XF brushed. This is a preferred Salus Augusti. So I think this one's like $3.49. Let's see, $3.49. Just really high quality for Hadrian. With a fantastic portrait on the reverse. Oh wow, okay, Rizlumi. I have not even opened it. I'm going to open it on my computer. I'll probably look at it pretty late tonight. Find it just because I generally want to beat eBay. Like I want to beat a fixed price listing because my sense is like it saves me some time to just show coins on screen. And maybe we'll bring these down to $59. Sudden death. At least one of these. Bill and Tetradrachm from the time of Jesus, so not quite Pontius Pilate, but this would have been struck by the Indo-Scythians. And Brianna Lee, maybe was that one of the ones that's down there somewhere? Of course, no, happy to offer Big Pappy, and that one will go to Krabby ultimately. Did have a decent number of these. They kind of it looks like Discord is updating a bunch in the background. I need to be. The thing is though, my Discord isn't paid, so I want to make sure it's open to everybody. So if you're looking to join a fun Discord community, would definitely recommend it. If somebody could drop the link, I don't have it on me, but like, not that there's anything wrong with having a paid Discord, but I kind of like that it's just free and open to everybody. Diamond, let's go. You're about to get some good, what's it called? And again, trying to be transparent about, I think I have at this stage maybe 6 or so of these left. And so let's see. I do have some fantastic Widow's Mites as well. Let's see. I also do, I think it is true that I'm basically, sometimes I hurt myself by selling too much of the same stuff, but I figure it's maybe better because then people can end up getting a lower price if I sell a good number of the same coin. Like that has a great strike. There's the reverse. And then I also try to sell stuff a little bit below kind of the classic market where it's much better for me if I can sell to people who have an eye for resale because then they're able to go make money on stuff and sell it for more, if that makes sense. And then they can come back and keep buying versus if I try, like on that Hadrian coin, that's not a coin that I can go buy a bunch more of. So I do kind of want it, same with the Ptolemaic, I want to get that last dollar. It's a little dealer strategy. I don't know if that makes sense. Any nice Prutas? Yeah, we have some good Prutas. We have some no-grade ones. We also have some better shape ones. This one I think has good potential to bid way higher. We're going to keep it the same $59. It's pretty. Reals, I wish I had more of, and then I know that we're still kind of waiting on some of the, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess it has technical wear, but like on eye appeal, I'm surprised that didn't quite VF. We've got, I think, 3 more total at this point. And I just got the Discord. Thanks, Mark. And then let's see. We've got Brianna asked for 0607. Let me just go find. And there's 3 more of those. We can bring them out. These are like the $100 Pruta. Beautiful choice VF, like extremely nice. I bought 6 of those, which were the last 6 of the dealer that I tried to stock up from. He was like, "Man, you're really coming after those?" Okay, these are the brass imitation tallers. I think I have 2 left. This one's probably the nicest. Sounds good, Krabby. If you're up late, I'll be around to call at like 7 Pacific or so. 7:15. I'm driving somewhere. Can also call earlier, but probably gonna hang out with my wife a little bit after this show, but before that, little car ride. So if that schedule works, also if it doesn't, we can call another time. I normally try to take at least one day off, which this week is gonna be tomorrow. Super Bowl will be fun. Go church in the morning. But yeah, if you're up late, alternatively, I can call you early Monday. But yeah, have a good one. And oh, sweet, awesome. Yeah, I'm a Vikings fan. I feel like some people are like, don't fall. I'll admit I've really enjoyed. This is the last. This is a half. I enjoy watching football. Like I know people are like, oh, like you shouldn't be so into sports, whatever. But I think it's like a fun just hobby. Oh, this actually is dated to 1760. Looks like it's been double holed. Skull, exactly. I've never even actually. I guess my family, the last family vacation we did, went to North Dakota, and so we flew through. I think St. Paul Airport. Don Hill, nice win. But outside of that, I haven't even been, so I kind of feel guilty. All right, really nice Prutas. Maccabean Kings, $99 start. Incredible detail. Choice VF. The biblical widow's mite, but really kind of the top of the food chain in terms of. I'm sure that there's some XFs out there, but not to an extent that I've really seen. So I always pick these up when I can. I think that there's technically some choice VFs on eBay, but this is a much nicer strike than the ones that we're offering there. So, oh, nice. You're able to. That's a big thing that I cannot do. Is I have no access to our eBay inventory. Whereas if the guys down in Texas are running a show, it's right around. It's at their. It's kind of at your beck and call if you're looking. Here's kind of a pricier Kosan stator, which I recently got. Beautiful eagle, mint state gold, for $28.99. Kind of expensive, but you can see that it is totally beautiful. Fantastic surfaces. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's definitely different in terms of timing. It's a little nice when I run shows. Well, it's sometimes nice. It's when I try to do a show after work or like late at night here, then people aren't really around, so that's not fun. There's there's some good parts, some not as good parts. Marine life for Zlumi? I don't know that I have anything marine life linked. Let's see. Is this maybe I'll regret this, but somebody had asked for it before. Why don't we do this for $1 start, and then we'll get a giveaway on. This is going to be actually a 1676 1/6 taller, fairly sought after coin. You can see the 1/6 right there. This is going to be the Margraviate of Brandenburg Ansbach, well back of cost at the moment, but I think it's going to continue to, receive some bids. Hopefully, it doesn't land in the 40s, but if it does, always excited to pass on a deal as well. I mean, I feel like I'll sell stuff that does real solid. Other times, it's there's a learning. Yeah, that's what I was like. 60 plus is certainly the range. I think if we did a couple more of these, I'd probably start them like 60 flat, something like that. Shane Holmes gonna win that one. Nice win. Keep it up with the requests. I will do my very best to get to them. These are going to be $44. That's a pretty good obverse type, but I bought out the guy who I had bought some from prior. These are Spain dineros. They're of Toledo, Alfonso. Let's see. Very solid type. And BDF actually going to scoop that one. Can do one more, but then I'm ready to, jump back in and can do some dollar start stuff. We have a silver proof set. We've got Hawaii dollars. We've got metals, beat up $1.6. I don't think I have tons of $1.6. It's not probably going to be the most frequently seen item out there either. Nice cross. I think we kind of, given where I paid for them, we do at least want to target that. This is a large 50 millimeter metal, but I think we want to be at least at $60. But I can check the good old inventory. I also have some really interesting older. This would be a great Oberammergau in the 20s. Is a really solid outcome, I would say. We have maybe we'll do two more. These are quite pretty. This is Warriors Memorials Church. This one's engraved the number 21121. Yeah, these are always just really interesting. This is like after World War I, German economy totally decimated, but some of the porcelain factories realized that they're able to make either not geld coins or just like more metals like what we're looking at here, and that there was opportunity to mark those up and, make beautiful, basically, at this point, 100-plus-year-old German art. So here we have Ludwig Richter Fest, and they would show like intricate detail and patterning even on the shoulder. You have playing a horn. Meissen is the factory, June 1921, and this one's actually shows 10 marks. So technically you could have spent it, but it's unclear as to exactly who would have been accepting that, though their currency had so much turnover and turmoil that, maybe people would have wanted to do that. This one's actually a 1603 penny. I did these generically, but they mostly are dated. This is a silver two-kreuzer coin, and it has nice luster on there. Should, be a considerably exciting item under Prince Wolf Dietrich von Reitenau in Salzburg. Really, really pretty. White ones with the gold rim, I think, but I don't know if I have them inventoried yet. Rizlumi, I was going to say, I probably aim to start these at 19. I have one more pulled if that one gets a couple bids above. This one's, I think, a little on the nicer side for the average of the type. Has the date super clearly stamped out there, similar to the last one, 1607. But I'll try. I can try to get some of the gold rim in the future. 082 Holex, that's a good suggestion. Let me pull that one. We can do a couple of those. Oh, there's a bunch of nice silver medals. Shane Holmes going to win that example as well. Let's do some of the BCA after. Let's see, there's a couple more of these, and then we can jump in. This one's going to be, looks like 1603. Did I read that correctly? Maybe 1605, maybe 1603. I'm not exactly sure. They're very cool. 270 to 275, is that, are you seeing an Aurelian coin that you're interested in? Because that's that date range, or is it a skew? A nice one for Wartburg. Austrian and German states. Yeah, I mean, we try to get cool German coins in all the time. Gabe is like an expert with those as well. This one looks to be 1599 would be my best guess in terms of seeing that 99 right there. And then, yeah, wow, that's nice. Reflects super clearly and well right back at us. I know we had mentioned some of the Jettons. Is this a two-kreuzer with a extremely clear stamping? And then I know that there's some great graded items. We have some Kashan tetradrams as well. A really nice mix. And then let's see. Kashan Tetradrahm. Yeah, we have Kashan Tetradrahms, absolutely. Here's a Barber Dime, and then we'll do the 4 silver medals that I had prepped for today, which are mostly World. But yeah, nice 1916. That's the last date for this silver dime. And then we're going to run, I think that there are a total of, I think it's a total of 4 silver medals. The Venice Grossos, yeah, I will. I bought some like a year and a half ago, and I've sold most of them, but only a couple left. Though I've been looking around in the market, and they're going. I almost bought a couple more recently, but ultimately didn't land them. I guess this has to be like a $34 start, but I think it could go higher than that. Because this is 15.52 grams, claims to be silver per all of the cataloging and the toning. Neuchâtel, some tetradrams, sure. Cisco Frisco, thanks for the request. Let me check it out. Yep, it's like a 169 coin. It's kind of where I'm at on those. And I will certainly pull all of the requests as they come in. We also have a couple. This one's a Munich. I think these are back of melt from my understanding. That could be wrong, but Olympic coins. These are pure silver. And so it's 14.88 grams with silver in the high 70s. Very interesting and beautiful. Of the Munich Olympics with an Olympic theme. You know, nice Olympic art on both sides, really. This one was made at a similar time. And so I think there's just 2 more of these European medals. Very nice style. No, not quite an ounce. It's about 14.88 grams. Ancient Roman, sure. Let me also pull that 4602 request. And I always get really bothered if people feel like I'm not getting their coins ready for them, so that's my bad. Here's the last. This one's more explicitly Olympics related. Similar, but like, yeah, let's find a tetradrahm as you were requesting. I think that there's at least one. Gabe had bought a mix. Oh yeah, it's a pretty worn coin, but I'd be happy to run that one maybe for $1 start. Hololex, nice win. This is a pretty worn item, but it does have a nice eagle on the reverse. And I think that A is going to mean it was the first regnal year, so probably towards like 270 to 271-ish. And Alexandrian Tetradrahm. Your coins, yeah, we've got, why don't we try some of them? I bought these from Yasha for, I think, $27 each. And so let me offer them. We probably, with that in mind, let me just check the melt so I can at least accurately tell you what I have. British India rupee. We'll see that they've got a bit of cleaning on them. They're a little bit scrubbed. Okay, melt is 2674. So melt has been kind to me. Yes, I think that 34. Oh, did I not upload these? I guess I didn't. Well, bummer, because I wanted to sell them. I will get those uploaded for next show. That is disappointing. Let's see. Here's some Kashan. Oh, this was the one that people wanted. Marcus A and the other AR Marcuses, absolutely. 169 on AU Details 1804. Sure, sounds good. 076. Marcus Sestertius. The Marcus Sestertii are really good. Where did I put it? I'm close. Okay, there it is. I'll probably start it for like Nice win for SWN. This one's like, I think that it would have room above 89, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll go no sudden death, and tell me if you think that's like unreasonable. Tiffany, I'll lower it if you actually think that's like too high. But I think it's got a pretty good portrait. Note that the reverse is like pretty worn portrait of somebody seated, but I think that the Marcus stands up really clear on the obverse side. What's going on, Lord Draco? Good to hear from you. Let me see what I've got in terms of other Marcuses as well. Congrats. This is like the Armenian capture Marcus Aurelius Denarius, because that's a big theme, is taken down. Jay Baffy, what's going on? I just sold some cool metals. Should have waited for you. I think 129 probably still leaves some room on this guy, though. Nice Marcus Aurelius with the, again, Armenian captive on the reverse. Better Eagles. Let me look at what I have. And yeah, do we need a little metal time here, Jay Baffy? I can check in terms of... I uploaded some specially for today, and then there's also a couple that have just already sold. NGC. Let me look what the cheapest VF Marcus Aurelius that I can find is going to be for $375. The one that I have, I was planning on offering maybe at like $319, and I would say mine's a good bit nicer than theirs. Again, Armenian captive. So I don't think you can find this for less other places, which is kind of how you want your coins to be priced. Wait, did this not upload? Aurelius. Oh man. Okay, 2 more coins I need to upload quickly here are going to be, and I guess I can get the Yasha ones in too. Everybody, I apologize for me being slightly incompetent. I guess it must be. Hopefully not too incompetent. Let's make sure that there's a giveaway first. And then Eagles, I don't know what, in terms of Eagles nicer, what does that quite mean? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not quite picking up what's being put down. Let's see. All right, I've got the rupees in, and then we have to get the 2 Aurelius. Oh yeah, I guess I just didn't put them in. Silly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll have those. And also, no worries if we don't. I just really do want to have them in the show because I think that they're nice eye appeal types, that kind of thing. Let's see. Whatnot is downloading it here. Let's see. We can add temporary listing here. We will go to... okay. Back with what I wanted to offer people. Oh, you know what? On the not gold, no, because it's far from me. But I'll get those. I'll try to get those for next show. No problem if that's not what people are looking for, but the cheapest one on eBay is a good bit more expensive. Nice VF Marcus Aurelius Denarius. Really pretty. That one will go to Shannon. And I also have a choice VF, but that is going to be a bit pricier. I was solidly into the 200s on it, which I thought was still a pretty good deal. So on this one, I want to be at $349. And this is in his time as Caesar, which is kind of cool. Let me pull that for you. 92.23. I don't think I have any Artemis. And I'm not seeing that What is 4602? This one, these are really nice. They bid high. These are like, oh, Swedish Livonia? Nabatean, Icy Nara. I've gotten those in the past. I don't think I have any for us today, but they're really cool. Icy Nara. Are you a collector of like, oh wow, that actually looks like it's got an overdate maybe, or some kind of interesting punch going on with the date. Good bit back. I think this has more room. I was going to be like, I'm always happy to pass along a deal, but I thought that one was not done. There might be, I have some other Livonian types. Ryan Stacks. Oh, that's awesome, Mr. Man. Let's see. I think that we've got one more of these. This one maybe is a touch tougher shape, but I don't think it's going to have... Yeah, last one, I think at 27 will have no issues. Oh, that's cool. For sure. I see, Nara. Do you want to buy them in larger groups, or like one at a time? It's tough. It's the sort of thing that I really don't get in much, but I can like look around, and if I ever come across any, I'll let you know. This one is a nice Sasanian Dram, $49 start. I think is a pretty good. I just bought a bunch of these for $42, which are not in the holder yet. They're of Peraz. Kusuru, maybe slightly more common, but I think that the prices have moved a good bit around over time. And so there's also occasionally you see some of the I get offered like the Nabatean Silvers, which those are a little pricier. These ones I think are $36 starts. This is a Tabaristani Hemidram, really solid. Zoroastrian fire altars there on the reverse. Should have gotten this one full graded, but Leroy 4602. You know what? I think I might have misuploaded it. I'm not trying to. We have a Polish states. Let me just type in the Livonia. Is there anything? We have some Livonian coins, but I don't see that one. I think I might have confused it. I'll run some other Livonian stuff. The one that I have up in front of us is this Polish states. Oh, you know what? I did not. I didn't upload that one. That's what's causing us problems here. I will seek to come back with it, but we'll do a little bit of Livonian in a moment. Let's run this very nice looking, kind of chunky, in a friendly way, a little bit worn, 1640 quarter ore. And you can see Queen Christina's crest extremely clearly. Yeah, Nabatean would have been, I believe, like modern day. The thing is, borders are not exactly like what the modern day borders are, but I think it would have been closer to like Jordanian is the Nabatean. But again, it's not really stuff that I get in tons of. This is a nicer eye appeal example as well. Petra, yes, that makes sense. And again, you can see Queen Christina's crest very clearly. Riverstone. I think we've got one more of these. And then we'll do some of I have some Bishopric of Dorpat. They're a little smaller types, but they're also, I don't know, I think that they're nice. And let me just pull like two of them. Yeah, the Nabatean coins, I remember once we got in a mix of them, and Gabe, it was like, I was so impressed. It was like before I had hired Gabe, even really as an intern, and I was just like, asking him to help with some IDs, and he did such a nice job finding this really old reference work and IDing all of the Nabatean bronzes that we had. It was so cool. Here is 1576 Livonian. This is a particularly nice example, so maybe I should have tried pushing a little higher on the price. There's the great winged, it looks like almost a lion or something. 76. That was going to be a shilling. This next one, I think it would probably sell a touch back of that one. Actually, no. I mean, the obverse, I think the last one, though, did have a little more luster. I don't know what you guys think. I always try to accurately describe it. I don't want to hype anything. But the detail is definitely not lacking, but it's maybe not the same level. But that's pretty nice, too. 1577 this time. So there are obviously a couple of dates. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's fun. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking on it. Again, I'm trying to sell the coin, so I'll try to find as many ways to hype it up, but I figure it's better. Like, this one doesn't quite have a date on it, so it could be if you want the type, but you don't want to pay quite as much for it. I think this one won't sell for quite as much. But it has, then, on the other hand, it's got probably the clearest line of the ones that we've seen so far here, so it really is a coin-by-coin thing. But that way, when I say, hey, I think this one's really nice, I think, maybe bid a little bit more on it, even though I'm starting for the same price. I feel like then that holds a little more weight than if I was being like, bid up, bid up, bid up on literally everything. I don't know if that makes sense. This one, you get the 1576 pretty well, and then a pretty clear line on this side. I think the American Numismatic Society is interesting. Books, I think the Seer, I'm reading through, but I've only just started it a little bit. Like a book by Seer on ancient Greek coins. Hendon is the best for Pruta. But the interesting thing is a lot of these coins are like from very far parts of the world. And so some of the best reference works often aren't in English yet, which is just kind of fascinating to think about. Here we have a Soter Magus Kushan tetradrachm. I bought 5 of these and was planning on offering all of them at a 39 start here. And unsurprising if they all go, they're pretty good eye peel items. And so Big Pappy, we'll get that one. This one has a pretty solid reverse. Honestly, this one is a little bit back. I mean, so I'll start at 37. Any Phallus? Yeah, we've got some, and we have more Byzantine, like coins that are generally just actually called a Phallus. A couple of those are still, like a lot of those are at NGC. We don't have like the classic, just like I have a bunch of Phallus, if that makes sense. But there should be some, and we'll do the last 3 here all in kind of shorter sprints. Nice Kushan, that's like ancient Pakistan and India. Both of those. Countries. I didn't even realize that you could encapsulate these. This is a great example. So here's an example of me being like, look, if you actually want one of these, this is the last 2. That was actually not by design. That was just the handful. The last 2 that I have, I'm just looking at the other one. The other one's really nice too. King's Hobby, Astro K gonna win that, and then this is actually the last one in my possession. But in this example, they're selling reasonably well. Maybe average making like $5 or $6 on them, which I feel like that's pretty fair. I'll try to buy some more. So yeah, really good eye peel on this one too. I mean, that is like, if there was a fine style, that's what I would call it. But beautiful. We'll go to Tiffany. And so we're out of that type. Tiffany, do you want more of the Alfonso? The person who I had bought them from prior, I've now bought them out. I think I have like 8 more of or maybe 9 of the Toledos. Zero pressure, but I know you'd bought some in the past. This one looks like cool. Sounds good. I think they're kind of a solid buy for mages generally, so that's why I picked them up. Here's a Gallienus double denarius. It's going to be a little cheaper. Ancient coin of the Roman Empire. I know people had asked for Roman. You can see a standing figure. And so, good portrait. A lot of chaos in Gallienus' reign. We have some Salinina. Let's see. But are there any? Let me also just check in terms of, was there more on the Aurelius front? There might have been a couple of fines. Here's a fine. Let me just look up NGCF just to see what the cheapest one is there. Looks like it's going to be for 265-ish. So I was thinking maybe 199, 189 on this one, which I think should give a little room in case, and also no need to move it. Let me look at what else. We've got some of the British status. We have 3 more Aspavarmas. 7 of them already sold. I did. I have no idea what to run it for. It's a 30 stivers, but the problem is that it looks really nice. So let me see. 1684, 30 stivers. I mean, tell me what people think. I'm seeing one that's available for like $200. I just don't know. I feel like that's a little higher than I was in my mind having. I did mention the Dineros. We've sold I think at least 2 that we've offered so far today at that 44 start silver from medieval Spain, 12th to 13th century. Pretty good lettering around that external parts of that one. There's some interesting Japanese bean money. That'll be the first one that doesn't sell, and very fine on that front. We've got WY 290103. Start this one for $32. Any other Marcus? I think we've got some. They're a little pricier though. They're like VF choice VF range. This is a bean money, so it's going to be low percentage silver in between the. They were used in Tokugawa, Japan, to go in between the silver Buin Shu and the bronze cash. They're really charming because they're all like irregular shaped and have some great designs. Let's see. There's also, we have a little bit of Roman Republic stuff. Again, I mentioned these. I've sold 7 of them, all at 59 or higher starts today. And so let me just offer these. Couple more of them. Oh yeah, that's a really cool type. And I'll be honest with you, graded denarius. So Big Stew, I don't. But I guess what I would say, and the cool thing about those is I bought it from a French dealer. It's like, it's not a super well documented item. So here's the first historical lesson, which I think is going to be cool. And I'll slow down the show, which hopefully people, I think it's worth sticking around for it. So in England, they have a really cool system where if you discover a bunch of coins, you can keep them, but the British Museum will do a bunch of research on them. So this is a coin that would have been struck between, I think it's like 2 BC and 4 AD. It's a silver denarius, but it was struck in Rome, but it would have been in Britain. It was discovered in Britain. And so it's photoed and it's like cataloged with the British Museum. But with that, there was also, I guess I sold them. But with this hoard, there were coins in there from like the mid 40s AD all the way back to circulating coins that were Roman Republican denarii, which would be like this coin, but this is not from that hoard, all the way back to 200 BC. So it showed that you would have coins that were still in circulation like centuries later. Now these, because of that hoard provenance, they're pretty expensive. I'm talking like $400, and I'm asking higher than normal profit margins on those because it's very tough to get hoard types, but it's super cool. They do all the cataloging. With the museum, they get all the historical info out of them. It's fantastic. This coin right here is a Christ phallus, which I didn't bring too many of. These are fast forward to the Byzantine kind of Middle Ages. This Marcus Aurelius was, I think that one was going to be, the VF would be like, I sold one at 319 earlier. And yes, Emdri sounds good. Let me find the Kebrin Hemiobel. That would be great. Shane Holmes going to win that coin. funny. Sometimes these are super popular, other times they aren't. Let me do the Kebron after this. Been a little quiet here. This one is good detail, though, I do think. Do you want me to try the Marcus? We'll do the Kebron next. I think it's like 49 bucks. It does cost a decent chunk to get graded, unfortunately. Yeah, but those denarii would have circulated a long time. So it was really cool, just from that one little hoard, everybody can clearly see, okay, look, in Britain, these coins are circulating 150, 200 years. And if you think about the life cycle of a coin, probably was a lot less commerce than, 30, 40 years ago. So these coins would stay around in pretty good shape for a while. Really beautiful ram's head on this 5th century BC hemiobol. Probably, Mark. I got a pretty good deal, as much as I know you're not a fan of grading. VF Trajans, I think I bought them in the low $100 range, are pretty, that's the area that I would buy a lot more for, or a lot more of them at. This one would be $319, which is what I sold the other one I offered today at very quickly. And this one says TRPOT III console for the second time. Nice portrait. Again, I don't think $329, if somebody else jumped in, or $339 would be unreasonable. I think it's better than the cheapest comp on eBay. Let me show you the trade. I can still pull the Trajan denarii, though. I mean, why not, right? Let me possibly, though, check out the... Do I have a Durotriges in XF or VF? Here's my Durotriges Stater in XF condition, which has a great stylized horse, and this is like ancient Britain. I actually don't know. Let's see. Durotriges Stater NGC. Beautiful. 60 to 20 BC. You can buy a VF from Atmex for $190. XF, though, is just not available on eBay. Looks like a choice VF bid to $115, and then another VF bid to $192.50, and plus some shipping. So if you average those out, it's right around $150. All right, we've been attacked by graded coins. Let me get some of those off the screen here. There is a whole mix of nice Roman Republican coins that I could also offer. There's a couple of chunkier items. Oh, there's the nice Byzantine. We have some Byzantine Christphallus. Here's some 2 metals that have just kind of been sitting for a while that are really pretty. We have a lead bulla there, which is kind of a cool opportunity. This is so nice. I was surprised that the other one I offered at 32 did not sell. But if people like, sought after bean money, like 500 bucks on the Cleopatra, which I think that's the cheapest anywhere available. But yeah, what I would consider to be quite a solid and exciting offering. One of these bean money coins at a mere 32 for 5.6 grams. That's also not a tiny one. Guess that will go to Cal. Congrats. This is a very nice metal. Tin from a German collection. Yeah, they're basically... Oh, that's actually very pretty. Dated to 1882 in Mannheim. Beautiful German metal. We'll dollar start it and just see what happens. Close my eyes. I'm actually not closing my eyes. Sometimes I do really close my eyes. We do have some paper knockeld, but then again, we have some nice Roman Republican types. A couple of these are going to be better types, but lower condition. Mr. Man, we should have a little bit of it. We have Tallars, and there's some rifles at the bottom of that. Normally that makes items bid up a little more. Should have called it out earlier. This one similarly has some very interesting biblical themes on it. Quod paperi mihi, and then It's dated to, let's see, 1784. Fascinating. No, this is not silver. Wish Jonathan Baffy was here. Oh, there he is. I was thinking that you would be excited about it. Yeah, beautiful again. That's reads down there, 1784. Pauperum Instituto. I also have a couple interesting. These are there's a couple interesting metals here. This one, I think, is silver, stamped argent on there, but I think it's slightly more modern. But it is 37.3 grams. So I think like 79 bucks, 79. Or let's just do it for an ounce. It's more than an ounce of silver. So this is back of melt, but really interesting. I think possibly modern style, but like a farming. Yeah, this one's metal. This one's silver. Ministry of Agriculture, Science and Labor. Beautiful grapes down below. And then you can see that nice 2 argent stamp very clearly. Back of melt, but maybe a little too far back. Or not back far enough. We've got 1955. This is interesting. Let's start for 44 bucks. I'm not really sure. This is not a common item, but it's an Israeli themed metal in silver, struck in about 1955 with interesting, nice toning. A Pidyon Haben type, and I think that should be a little bit back of melt, but we can always bring those back in the future. All right, we're getting a little disorganized here. Get this guy back on track. Hoard, but better type, Imperatorial Denarius of this right around the time Julius Caesar was taking over. Silver Denarius, Vibius CF, seated. It looks like a seated Zeus, but always a more stern portrait on the front of this one. Scoot, yeah, sure. The Israeli metal we're talking about. Let me also run this metal in the meantime. And we can also do a quick calculation on what the melt is, assuming 90%. This one's an interesting U.S. Capitol metal. A Place of Resounding Deeds. Fantastic style. Like, really, really pretty on the obverse, too. I have a nice collection of great metals coming in. Paperboy leading. Hart Georgeman. It says Cornerstone of Capital, laid September 18th, 1793. Let me pull that 0804 request. There's also some of the nice porcelain money, which I just have not focused on. I feel like there's just so many items that I kind of could offer, if that makes sense. Okay, this is 20.5, about 20.5 grams of silver. And it has a marking on it that's 900, and then online it also looks like it's 9. Let's see, 20G silver price. If I can just... what is the price of 1 gram of silver? Is $2.49, so that would imply that this is about 45 bucks of melt. So why don't we start? But that's not a promise. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but that's what I believe this item to be. And I was able to corroborate because they were struck minted exclusively for Dever coins, which is kind of interesting. I think minted in the United Kingdom is what I gleaned, and that is from London as well as where this item would have come from. That one will go to Hurricane Bay. I think that there was some tie-in to like communion or something like that, and so there are. Here's the other 2 that I have in my inventory. Then we'll be all out of them. But we'll try these they're the same. You may get lucky on one of the other ones. They all have like some kind of fun toning from being, silver if it sits in a presentation case for 70 years. Generally will develop some kind of interesting toning. That one will go to Astro. We do have some 5 Kopecks that are like 34 starts. It's kind of sad because I don't have a place to get more of them. The dealer who used to have them says that he's pretty much all out. This one has like some darker toning to it. Kind of interesting. Otiscilia Severa, sure. Does that one have ooh, that's a good coin. There's some graffito on it. Just want to call that out, but that's a good one. How about we run 2 of these? I've sold literally every one of these at 13 or above. This one's cool. This one's a larger example with a really like a scroll pattern, but we'll do the Otiscilia Severa tetradrachm not long from now. HTC sounds good. Let me try to go pull that item. Beautiful. These are like Siamese gambling tokens, originally most likely originating in China from 1760 to 1875 for use. These are nicer ones too. I'll just call that out. I've sold a lot of less pretty of these types, but they would have originated in China for use in gambling houses in Thailand. And some really pretty examples. Maybe we'll do like 2 more before we do. Well, let's see. I'll run 1 more, then we gotta do the Otiscilia Severa. I'm not sure exactly what I should offer it for. My thought was like I think 149 would have a lot of room to run, while also protecting me, because I think I got. Oh, I forgot. Take a look at the back. Interesting reverse design as well. Okay, actually, one was bought on eBay for 155, but it was, oh no, that's a tiny little double denarius. This thing is a massive Cistercius. Again, a little bit of graffito. Let me make sure that it's like a little scratching, which is common in the field. We'll do 159, but if this thing is like in mid 200s, I would not be shocked at all. And WW0609. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. I apologize. The EQ, yep. I think it's AC82. They're really worn. They were found in a French field by a farmer. Tiffany is going to be the first bidder on this Otiscilia Severa. And we'll get some resistance immediately. We'll see where this one lands. This is modern day Turkey, ancient Syria, and Antioch. Oh, and then there's the 1677. We're out of basically New York, Texas, and Los Angeles. Yeah, we do, Danny. We have some for, I think we've been starting them at 34, and they typically bid up pretty quickly. So we definitely do. Let's try the 1677 coin here. Which there's a little wavy flan, which is how they come. As I mentioned, we'd start them for 59 bucks, 1/6 taller, 1677. Yeah, for sure. I'm out of California today. Celtic. Oh yeah, then we have to do the half AQ. And we can do another 6th taller. I bought a group of, I think, 5 of them out of Vienna. But I do want to run. So yeah, these were discovered in a field. I think there were 500 of them in 1981. Saint-Thibault Hoard. Now, because it's a Hoard coin, it's a little more expensive. but it's got, it was discovered again, like by a farmer. There's King Louis the 15th, 1726. Nice heavy reverse as well, or not reverse, well struck. And it is notable to me that there actually has a decent weight to the coin. Abu Dhabi office. Hey, Disney's opening an Abu Dhabi park. Let's try this one. Also $69. Start 1726. Pretty nice obverse and reverse. You can see this one bidding up a little higher than that even. Then the last one is a little worse shape, be a bit cheaper. Nice win for Lord Draco. And then right here, probably do like a 64 start on this. I mean, the obverse is actually one of the better obverses, but you have a little bit of a flan issue on the front. Again, found 40 years ago in a French field. Kind of cool. BCA 108. Yeah, for sure. Let's run it. Nobody will jump in on that one. Maybe we'll find it. Find somebody for it next time. This 0503 had also been requested. So let's do the 108. Beautiful. Le Fête de la Concorde. No sudden death. This is... Oh, wait, no. Shoot. What? Huh. I apologize. This one, I'm going to cancel this one. Unless I can find it. It's not matched up properly. Okay, this I am not going to cancel it. This is the coin. This is the metal that we're working with. I have no idea how it got misuploaded, but yeah, this is dated to 1767. It's a beautiful metal. Yeah, exactly, Lord Draco. I love that. I think this one likely has some room above. I think about what a Jetton would look like in terms of pricing from this era. I think this one should have a little bit of room. Sounds good, Mint Matters. Oh, yeah. Wasn't it cool, Lord Draco? I love the... I love having... I have a couple more of those, though I'm not sure if people want them. But we can try and find them. This one was requested. I paid, I think, $289 for it. A little bit over $289. All things all in. So $369. Try to make my little less than 20%. On a bigger coin, I try to make a little more. Let me just show the edges. Nice hunk of silver. Beautiful 1624 taler of Munster and Nuremberg. The full ecus are probably like 109 to 99. I think I got actually just like a decent, reasonable deal basically. This makes so much more sense. I had put... I was... What was the one that just sold? 108. Yes, okay. This is the solution. I put the wrong thing in the wrong tag. I double put the tag in the flip, which then messed up all the ones in front of it, which also caused me angst before the show started. Let me do a couple more of these nice porcelain tokens. Do I usually buy talers from auctions or regular listings? Well, I have some, so I'll buy them directly from dealers over there. That's a big thing that I've done. And then I'll also look in all the auctions, if there's a famous auction, I'll try to buy enough where, okay, instead of shipping is like on one lot is 40, $50. If I'm buying $5,000 of coins, then it'll be a little more reasonable. WY2313. Yeah, let's check that one out. Oh, and then there's some 5 kopecks. What is WY2313? Timur, we don't have tons of those these days. Often, so what's happened as well, and I feel like, again, I try to be on the transparent side at least. This is cool. I don't get tons of these in, but this is the second one that I've offered of these nice scroll ones. It's not like I'm sitting on 200 of them or anything. We have some larger, but basically with Denari, if I can put them, and I send a lot of coins to grading, the ones that get in holders are worth a good bit more. Where if it's a worn one, collectors really appreciate having that NGC encapsulation, so it almost doesn't make sense to offer them here because I need to offer them at a price that reflects that grading, like that I'm not going and sending it to grading and selling it for a guaranteed price. I have people that will buy these days even like 100 at 54, $55 wholesale. Um, oh, yeah. We have stuff that's like with grades that are like 89. I think when it's 55, 54 wholesale, I'm probably gonna then try to eke out like mid to high 60s on the ones I sell individually. Let's do two more of these nice gambling money, and then we can this one has a very interesting little porcelain character on the reverse. AC 04. And then one more after that. Okay, actually interesting. These are smaller, but have interesting coloration. This is like a little octagonal one. We'll do some of the 1/24th dollars, which are basically the three polkers as well. Doing great, J Dizzle, and then we'll J Dizzle, we have some nice knockgeld that we can run probably in lots of 10 later today, if you're interested. Should be fun. Why don't we throw bone to $1 start, and then we'll probably like 12 or 13 start the other two that I brought today. There is a very solid 22. This is going to be German states, though, Brandenburg, Prussia, as opposed to the Polish three polker. We can also we have a. Oh shoot! There was somebody asking about Celtic, and I think that those would be very fun to run. Let's just get these two also offered. 26 super clear. It would be fun to do some knockgeld. Let me try to find the Celtic types first. Try to do this with some reasonable level of order. Nice win for Texas. Oh, the Soviet sounds good. I'll pull the Soviet literally next. Oh, that actually has very sharp details. Nice coin. W. Let me just run the Soviet material that I have. You know what? I'm not seeing it. I think that's out. Are you sure it's not WX96? Because I don't see the Soviet coins. It might have been a long time ago misupload. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of those. Here's a nice Celtic horse. In terms of what it would cost, though, to grade this yourself, we might have some decent ones on eBay. I know I'm not supposed to cross-promote, but I'm not saying that. Actually, this one, the eye appeal on it is extremely nice. WX5001. Let me just try to find what it is. WX5001. I see some Jettons there. Nice win for Carl. Yeah, the Soviet. Oh shoot! And there was the whole request around the Soviet. This is a nice. I don't see 50. So Astro K. I'll run the 7 of the 5 Kopecks though. I don't know if it was you that requested them. Oh, his mint matters, cool. And then if there's other Russian or Soviet, please tell me. These are quite nice. I'm kind of going to start all. This is a nicer one. I don't know about all of them, but this is a really sharp one. I'm going to start them all for 34. Sounds good, Galleons. Let me get back to those after. That one will go to Peppy. Oh, you have specific dates? I think then probably what I'll just do is I'll run through, because I have a good number of them, and my supply is... I have a lot today. I don't know if this might be all the ones that I have on me. I don't want to say that as it's a better selling tactic if I say I'm running out and I can't get more. I know I can't get more. I don't know. Sounds good. Is that one of the sixth dollars? We will go run it. If you can remind me which of those you're looking for, I'm sure I can go grab them. 1765. These are like some of my favorite coins ever to sell. Carl, nice win. Let's show both sides of this one. A little more worn, it makes sense. But for 1763, this is pretty nice. Because that's going to be the first, and you can see the little wire money, the little soldier running along, or the horseman. Master K. These are just like fantastic hockey puck treasures. My wife and I watched a fun documentary on the Miracle on Ice. 1763. There we've got same running horseman. Let's see here. This is going to be... Tell me if I've done all the ones that you were looking for. This is an earlier type, an Elizabeth Petrovna type. So it's 1761, and it's a much different monogram because, of course, it is a different ruler. We'll go to Mint Matters. At some point, I have a silver proof set. I don't know if that is in the least bit exciting to anybody, but it's kind of time for me to sell it. We also have some British Indian coins. Bodenfumpf marks. No, I don't have any of those, I don't think, unless you see one specifically. I don't think I have it. Texas Carl. Oh, and we'll go to Carl. Here, let's see. This one, 1765. It's rare I do this. It could very likely bid right back up there, but this one's a little more worn, so we'll start it for a couple bucks less. Still has very solid eye appeal, and actually a nicer than usual horseman. Yeah, sounds good, Danny. I'll try a couple more. EL. I'm going to snag that one. It looks like there are a total of 5 left today. So we can keep going on them, or we can stop. Really, your guys' call. There's a nice chunky example. $17.66. 1770, I think, in this example. Great horseman, really solid type. And I think I'll probably just close out the supply, which is 3 more of them. We might have some in Texas, but I'm gonna reach out, but I think in vain, to my man who has these in stock. 1772. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Stefan. I mean, I feel like, and I'm at the stage where, like, I would say I'm a collector, but also these days I'm getting to be more of a dealer. But basically, just go find great coins and realize that in order to get more great coins, you're going to have to give up a couple of the ones in your collection, all of a sudden you're buying and selling. After the lowest grade, I think I just have one on my, I had pre-pulled it right over there. Here is a 1774 big time. And then last but not least, we'll do last of my 5 kopecks. Now, I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit if I go find some in my inventory that have been sitting around. No reason for the dollar star other than just for fun. I think this one will have a good ways to run. Mint Matters in the lead. We'll scoop it. Congrats. Let me, I'm quickly just going to clear some of the items off my desk. Those 5 kopecks take up a lot of space. I'm going to be right back. And actually, I'm going to be take me a little longer to be right back, but like 15 seconds. Let's see. We've got, basically the way I store the coins is that put them in one of these. So I'd filled it. And need to get another one. No, that's super kind of you. I try my best. A lot of learning along the way. Figure out, good strategies, things you can't do, things you can do. I think this is a little tougher shape one, I would say, but still a solid $6. AD 2536, sure. Oh, Livia is a nice bronze to have. Livia's, I think that's the wife of, is it the wife of Tiberius? No sudden death. I think this is a nice Roman provincial that could bid up really solidly. Possibly would have done quite well in a NGC holder, but we won't talk about that. Oh yeah, and there's a Celtic Quinarius that we have to run. Oh, you know what? It would kind of make sense if it was a mother as well, because I thought she was wife of Augustus, but then the timeline didn't kind of match up with what I would have expected. So that is very likely right. And yeah, we'll do the half pennies. Those are going to be $49 a piece. Yeah, sure. It's an insane looking coin, Mark. I paid $240 for it, and I'm asking $349. A little bit more room than normal, or like profit than normal, but when you see the coin, you'll think it's cool, even if you don't buy it. Texas in the lead. We'll go to Texas. Here, we'll try this one. $49. So cool, like the English hammered silver, often, this is like a pretty nice eye appeal example. Yeah, it's pretty good looking. Make my single digit number of dollars on that one. We do have more available. Ancient China you'd be interested in? Let me see. I could run all the ancient. I've been looking for an excuse kind of to run some of the. We have ancient and medieval. Okay, wait, but there's a couple of. I know Gallienus has been really patient. Let me do this 1788 dated French Maire de Nantes. I think it's Mayors of Nantes. Beautiful. The Queen Elizabeth pants. Sure. Can you tell me a little more specifics on it just so it's easier for me to find it? Like, tell me what the skew is. I'll get the door pat, and then we'll do like an ancient Chinese run, and then the door pat coin that I have is pretty nice. Yeah, that's a pretty gem. We could also run The jet, yeah. Maybe I'll do the few Jettons that I did bring. I think I had misplaced them in the last auction. It's great ship Jettons. Yeah, Chinese cash, Mr. Man. It's got some great some cool history to the specific coins as well. SWN coins leading there. Very nice. Here we've got 1776. It's always fun to get the revolutionary date on there. Actually, pretty nice IPO, a little clean, but you have the horses on either side of it, so that should be pretty. Aaron, yeah, we have Boo, Shu, and we have Mametagan Bean Money, which is extremely tough to find with any regularity here in the States. So I'd be more than happy to offer those. And Ryan Stacks, please keep asking me about those. What are those the Queen Elizabeth ones? I think they are. We can pull those shortly. I know we also mentioned those Chinese cash. Great jet in here, chasing coins, leading. And so they're real fun. WX, yeah, sounds good. Why not? This one I had pulled up in front of it, so I guess we're doing a little jet and detour before we crush the cash, before we crush the Queen Elizabeth coins. 20. Fractional reals. I wish it would be cool to even have them in pocket change, but no, I don't think we really do. Did I not sell? Oh, there's 102. I was thinking like maybe I'd sold it. Beautiful nautical scene in front of us. Gallienus. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I do have some owls, and I'm gonna show momentarily this super cool Lihion, which is like Saudi Arabia, I believe. Oh, this is that same type. The last one bid to 92. This one actually has possibly more attractive patina. Yeah, we'll get to it not too long from now, I promise. It could be like 5 minutes, just because I'm really proud of what we've built at Treasure Town, where it does end up being that we have a ton of demand, so we get all these requests in, and so it might take a little bit to get there, but yeah, the bean money is starting at 32 bucks, a little higher for the chunkier ones because they kind of go by weight. The Boo, the silver price spike has meant that I now have to kind of start them at 34, which feels a little bit high to me. And then the Shoe, I don't think I have tons of, though I'd keep an eye out for it. Beautiful Reggie Civibus, dated to 1755. Substitutus au GD Conseil. There's King Louis XV on the front. And then let's try the owls. I had mentioned the Lichion Foray, as well as some of the, I think they're more like pie styles. I'm seeing a door pack coin, but it might take a little bit to get there. The owls that I'm offering are also, I'm always sad when the price goes up, but the price has gone up a little bit here. Super cool 4A tetragram with some insane style. Again, I paid $240 for it. Isn't that crazy? Love the buggy eyes on it. Just insane. I don't think any scoot. Yeah, so this thing is really chunky. And yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. Beautiful. Absolutely, Mr. Man. I was actually just going to do that. That was the coin that was in hand. It's a mix of ancient Chinese, ancient Vietnamese, and then it gets all the way up into the medieval period as well. We're going to dollar start the vast majority of this stuff, so get excited. This one has provenance to a Taisei auction in 1994. I think it's pretty worn, MD, but I'd be happy to pull it. Unless you're looking for a really high quality one. Similar Taisei background. We'll get all these 15 seconds. I think I have 2 of these today. This one might be a little on the tougher side, but I'm not sure. Which one, Mark? Um, but definitely, I will do my very best. There's both sides on this one as well. Next one. Okay, I think apparently there's possibly this one isn't this ANFAP. Slightly different Mr. Man. Nice one there. This one, okay, I think that these ANFAPs are possibly a slightly different ID. This one is going to be a Latran Tong cash coin from 1460 to 1479 or 1497. Airnell. I don't know that I have the shoe. Let me just try to pull a. We'll pull the other. We'll pull the beans and the boo right after this one. Good chance it bids up. This is a Leitan Tong. Pretty nice eye appeal on both sides. There's also the Queen Elizabeth, the door pat. Let's see, AD 33. It's been pulled. You okay? Jam? One sec. I'm just going to check. Give me a moment here. Here, a little bit of wear on both sides here, but 1740 to 1786. Lei Hian Tong Kan Hong. Augustus Denari would be happy to run that one. This one should have a couple more bids. We'll see. $4, and I still think it's a great place. I'll be back in 1 second, and we'll get a giveaway on. And so, let's see. Here we've got maybe a little nicer eye appeal. The Augustus Denari are like in the high 300s as a heads up. Nice Hoard coins. Looks like we've got actually a good mix, but about 4 more of these cash coins. And I'll try to bring back a whole mix. We have some nice Northern Song Dynasty as well. Dollar for Jay Dizzle. That's a great outcome. This is a Quang Trung. This one I think has clear, good eye appeal in the Revolutionary War time period relative to the Americans. And then, yeah, that's fair. I just sold those ones, Mr. Man, and I have more of them that I will bring back in my next show. I think they have a couple down in Texas as well. These are 10 cash coins. It's so interesting to see because this is like 1907 and 1916, so not even very long ago of Vietnam, and they still have this kind of appearance, which is just fascinating to me. That one will go to Mint Matters. Here is the other one. And then we have some of the porcelain money, which we do start at 13. The Celtic, yeah. I think we bought those from Heritage Auctions. And we don't know much about them, so we don't want to misrepresent them, but that's what they were sold to us as. We can dollar start them. What's going on, Armistice Day? Hope you are having a fantastic day on your end. Here's a different style on the scroll porcelain gaming money. These would have been made in China for use in porcelain in Thai gaming and gambling houses. And they also would have circulated as small change, but they were banned in 1875 by King Rama, who ordered them, as they were converting to a new monetary standard. This one is a beautiful monocolor example with a great character on the reverse, but very interesting hexagonal style. And we have the door pat. We'll do, a handful more on these. This front Cal 8 here is going to be leading there. We've got this one also has that really nice type with actually no character on the reverse. And Hart Georgeman, let me look for that. WY2604. Is that the Queen Anne? They are all going to be kind of that ring Vespasian. If you type in Vespasian and see what you see, or somebody else could do it. I sold a nice Vespasian Denarius the other day. And so I feel like I should have some stuff My inventory overall, I'm just looking here as well for, I'm not sure that I have Vespasian today. Very interesting though. I think if you see them in the background, no, they're not actually on screen. Okay, I'll do these two, and then we'll just dollar start the Celtic items. Queen Anne's Revenge. What's going on? Miller Ancients. But yeah, the rings in the back were bought from Heritage Auctions. I'm not sure exactly what the I'm not an antiquity expert, so feel good about it if it's coming from Heritage, but I don't know stuff beyond that. So that's the rings on. I don't know which rings are you talking about. I don't know that there are any rings on screen. Marcus Aurelius, no, you're totally good. I sold a bunch of Marcus Aurelius earlier today. Any shows coming up for you, by the way, everybody? Miller Ancients, fantastic coin dealer friend of mine. Buy some good stuff for him. We still have that Kosan Stater. I bought it right from Spencer. Yeah, I mean, why not? I'm curious. That's what this was sold as. These are definitely ring-like objects. Oof, that is tough. I think that the ones. Those are some Bent Bar Karshapana coins, like $119 start. I paid in the 80s for them, and so it's funny. If I called these ring money, they would sell for a bunch more. But I'm not confident enough to call these. We'll just keep dollar starting these guys. These are not rings though from a local, a washer store. There's a little break in that one. But I'm not sure that these are ring money. I don't know. 7 p.m. Let's go. Fantastic. Well, I'm sure I'll read you because I'm just doing like a 2.5 hour show today. We'll do the other two that we have. These should be like 2,000 years old or so. That one actually has some. That one's a little more substantial. Any highlight coins or new inventory types? Do you still have those Crusaders for wholesale, Spencer? Show the Kosan sounds good. Oh no, this one actually. Well, maybe it'll start for. I'll go for 13. If it doesn't, we will dollar start it. I did not mean to run it at that price. Apologize, guys. Let's find the Kosan. There it is. No, I don't have any. Did you wholesale them or did you what's it called? Just sell them over time? Nice. Yeah, they're fun. I mean, I feel like a good portrait of Tancred goes a long way for sure. Let's see. People have been asking about owls, and I was saying that the price on these has gone up fairly considerably. So like for this, it's a pretty nice looking owl. I am asking like $269 for it. When there's easy wholesale at $200, then I think $269 feels pretty reasonable. Some Republic coins, we could do that like very soon. I mean, that's a good looking owl. But I was talking to Spencer about these. They used to be more achievable. J Dizzle notes, sure. We also can do some of the Notgeld. Gabe and Isaiah are getting in a bunch of nice new Notgeld as well. We have some nice sets. We've got more of the gaming money. This thing is pretty. I mean, nice Byzantine falls too. I mean, I feel like it's a lot less plentiful these days. You can see Christ straight on the coin. There's that Jesus Christ King of Kings, the bottom of it, at least. We can also do the last of the Christ Falls that I brought, and the last of the Christ Falls that's with me here in California. We are really running low on this. But I was talking to some people. It's like over time, your inventory really does just kind of shift. Like things move around. This one will start a couple bucks back to that, $36. And then we can try some of the Republic. We have some Indoscythian, some Bactrian bronzes, some Indoscythian bronzes. I have some nice Duratresias staters that are way cheaper than anything available on eBay in that condition. I don't know if I mentioned those. That one will go to Pat. So this is like Ancient Britain. We can run this first in front of it. A nice Thracian stater for $28.49. Mint State Gold of Kosan. Sounds good. I'm super slow on Discord, Mr. Man. Can you tell me what you're looking for? That way I can just answer you quickly here. And if it's a question I don't want to answer, I'll tell you and I won't. Sorcerer Stain. Gonna be the leading bidder on that one. Congratulations and nice win. I mean, that's a really cool coin. Let's show that a little longer. Fantastic Mint State Gold. Great left-facing portrait. Beautiful eagle on the reverse. We'll be very careful in shipping this one out. Congratulations again. Yeah, we've just been really targeting nice, like XF. In XF, there's none available. There is a choice VF bid up to 192 and 120 on eBay. So split in the middle, this is going to be an XF Ancient British Stater in beautiful shape. And Sorcerer, any other higher end requests, just in case you're only dropping in for a little bit, want to make sure I show you, what you'd be looking for, basically. This one is going to stay with me. The Celtic Quinarius, I had totally forgotten about it. So it's a good reminder. And similar for everybody else, as they remember what they're looking for. Big Pappy, I'm sure I would. Let's check it out. This is going to be $34. The Dorpat, yep. Let me tell you what I ran it. I'm going to try to make $5 on it is what I'm going to start that for. After the whatnot fees. I paid $38.89, so I'll run it for $47, I guess. Let me show the other side of it. Other side of it is pretty nice too. Really clear Roma head, actually. Wow, that's a very nice coin. That one will go to Carl. Dorpat's been sitting a while. $48. No sudden death. No worries if it's too rich. It's a cool coin though. I mean, you got the key and the sword, and then a very clear strike on the front. 029. Yeah, I would totally run that again, Big Pappy. They're nice coins. Where did I put it? There's the 029 specific one. Again, Ancient British Bill and Stater from the 1st century. You have a devolved head of Apollo. There's that. It's like it has that Celticized horse style on the back of it. Always very pleasing. Super nice. Big Pappy. And just, as people are possibly realizing that it's an exciting type that I have a solid price on. Again, there's that stylized horse. There's the front 2 legs. There's the back 2 legs. 0101. Sure. This is actually a better coin. Believe it or not, I paid like above $50 for it in a grab bag. Let's try it for $20. Very nice. I'll tell you what I paid for it after it sells. But I'm trying to give what I think is a pretty fair offer. Yeah, I paid $65 for it. So I told the guy, I was like, look, it's good for me for entertainment to have a grab bag, but this is not, that was not close to I think ultimately the value. Okay, that silver tet I'd be happy to run, but it's very. This is a truly like I don't have access to beautiful tetradrams like this, so I'm gonna ask. I think this. I think you probably should not buy this at $7.99. You should not buy this. I would say, but it's so nice that that's kind of where I have to run it. Generally, yeah, I probably will run the Quinary Sudden Death. It's beautiful, super metallic portrait. A little bit of corrosion in the side, but man, is that nice. Again, it's a high price for it. Like, I think analytical mind would say, okay, Christian sells a ton of this stuff, so the prices are pretty low. But on that one, I'm asking for full retail. This one has a really nice Roma head as well. Now, I will caution, some of these are really nice. Doesn't mean they'll grade super high if they have a little bit of wear to them. The box in the metal to the right, it's peeking out. Great horse on the back, by the way. I feel like I mean, I would probably want to sell it for the same if it was raw. Like because you don't want to buy the slab as much as you're buying the coin. Except if I think I shouldn't say that. I think on lower end coins like sub, But then honestly, I would buy all day to have Barry's opinion to make sure, hey, is this altered? Like he's caught from some of my good friends insanely high end die transfer fakes on $10,000 auction wins that they've bought. And then to send that into the grading service and be able to get a refund when NGC David Vegas tells you it's pretty. I don't see why people wouldn't, like, in a world where you have infinite time and can spare the amount of time that would take to get it graded, grading I think will always be worth it if you're buying higher end coins, because you can just crack it right back out, but then you have that clear example because NGC takes a photo of it as well. I really don't see a world where it's not a smart move. Like I would likely, if I'm bidding an auction and it's cracked out but it has the slab ticket and I can clearly link it, dang, 34 for that one is good. I'm definitely, do you see what I mean? Like, what it'll grade, so it'll give you a lot more confidence to bid. And obviously, if you don't like the grade, then you just don't include the grade with it. This one's like an 89. I mean, maybe. I also enjoy kind of arguing about the merits of, and you can refund it. There is a little hole there, but it's a better type, Roman Imperatorial. Sorry, I sold this one. I offered it at 99 earlier, and I called out the hole, but there with an additional bid. Bridger's going to win that one. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but I really don't. I think like if you have a $500 coin, because maybe it's because there's the appetite from people who want graded coins, but if you have a clear comp of no, like this is what it will grade, it's very likely that spending 30 or 40 bucks on it will realize wins in the long term. This is the aggression towards the Sabine women type. Yeah, it's way cheaper and way faster for me to just have these encapsulated. It's helpful for identification. I think it makes them a lot prettier. But I'm able to get, because I'll send in 4 figures of coins a month, so they're like, hey, we'll give you bulk discount rates, and then it takes them very long to grade stuff, like with the letter grades, whereas when they can just do the ID and make sure that it looks okay from authenticity. Like recently, I bought a mix of Denari from one guy. They caught 17 fakes, and I probably would have been suspicious about half of them, but there were some coins there that I was really surprised were fake. Yeah, they're going to charge a lot more. And, I have 50 coin submissions that haven't even moved past scheduled for grading, which is like basically the we received them step. And they've been there for more than 12 months. Whereas when I do no grade, they'll pretty much turn around within 6 months, which is awesome. Here are some silver rupees, a couple different dates represented. I think they end up being pretty solid because I think it's often smart not. And by the way, these do have a little bit of cleaning on them, but I think 34. There's about $27 of silver in each, so pretty. It's good history, and I think a nice level to be at with them. This one looks pretty nice as well. Queen Victoria. I'm gonna hopefully recharge on my Shipwreck for next weekend, which is gonna be exciting. Or no, not next weekend. 2 weekends from now. Next weekend is Valentine's Day, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, and I think the IDs are correct. I would say 99.8 to 99.9% of the time, but maybe you have a different sense for it. Just in terms of, I know since I'm getting thousands of coins graded, it's pretty rare that they're off. This one should maybe bid a little higher than 34. Don't think I have any of the reals, but I'm always looking for them. And we'll go to Texas. Do we want more of these? Maybe. I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll start these 36, 15 seconds. 95%. I think it's true that they're not going to be super thorough about it, but maybe you would see 90. But I really think about it, like Gabe will take a look through, and if we get a 500 coin submission back, if it's like complicated Greek types, maybe they're off 1 in every 100. But these are like complicated Greek bronzes. When it's silver, there's enough. They don't mess up any of the more expensive stuff that I've seen. But obviously, there are like good fakes that have slipped by them. Graded of these, no, I think we might have some in Texas. Again, and this is all just healthy debate. Yeah, I mean, that's true. The widows, the mites, but then sometimes it can be tricky to be like, oh, is this like a Herod versus a little cleaned on this one? But very clear portrait as well. AE 050. Is that the nice Marcus Aurelius? I think it might be. Oh, that's 82, not 92. Sorry about that. Let's see. You're asking. Oh, I thought it was cool. Jettons and the big medals in the box. Sure. I might not have gotten tons of the Jettons. This is kind of a cool one. This is a very interesting, not super old. Oh no, did I not upload that? Maybe I didn't. Bummer. Looks like, okay, here's one of, this is but this is like a big silver medal, 49.2 grams, so it's like $130 probably. This is a key date or a better date, but it's in nice shape. But then, yeah, let's do a sudden better date, beautiful Canadian penny. The ant nose for sure. I forgot that I had those. They're really popular. We also have some of the URB Civil War Hoard shillings, which I paid £100 for. Nice win, Jason. These have gone up. The price is a little higher just because they've been really popular. Yeah, the Soviet, I looked for it. Can you see if there's any other Soviet? There was nothing in that WW696. I don't know that these I shipped to India. I don't think so. But I'm not sure. I bet the shipping would be really expensive. This one looks pretty nice. For sure. Is there any other stuff, Astroke? We still have a couple of the Thai. I mean, I feel like you probably bought a bunch of them, and other people seem to have been very interested in them as well. But yeah, we've sold through a bunch of the. Let's see. This one, the eyes and nose are a little tighter in, which is kind of interesting. Always looking for more exciting Chinese types. Then we'll do, I think this is the last one. It maybe says that I have one more available, but I think this is the last one. I have more in my inventory, but this is the last one that is in my show for today. Don't want to be misleading. Yeah, for sure. We'll do the big silver medal. And we'll go to Pat. And this one here, let's see where the silver is shown. 900. It's 49.2 grams, so 1 gram of silver apparently is 2.49, so times 49.2 times 0.9 for that silver discount is about 110. So I guess this, I would run this for like 119. Or maybe just 110. I think that obviously I'm taking a little haircut, but it might also bid higher. Süddeutscher Verband Südwestdeutscher Industrie. And I think as a heads up, I'm probably going to aim for not more than, I said 3 hours, which would be 45 minutes, but it might be a little tighter than that. Sounds good. Let me get those. The dollar bill, the history, I'm not exactly sure I understand there. BCA. Oh, yeah, the Hawaii note. Isn't this really cool? Very worn. Not sure what the price should be, but I don't think it's like $30. I think it's more than that. These were basically made in Hawaii during World War II, so that they would go 1-for-1 with silver certs, and they were supposed to burn them all down. But basically, if Hawaii was lost to the Japanese, the currency was all immediately worthless. Should bid for a lot more than $24. Nice win to Astrocade. Glad that's going to you. I think I put it in the grab bag unboxing at like in the 50s. So great win. Let's see the other request there. 089 is going to be Oregon Trail. On that one, I'm just going to be a little tougher and see like what the cheapest on eBay is, because this one isn't bad looking. Trail $50. Oh, that's maybe a little less expensive than I thought it was. Is this really 28 though? Yeah, 1926. It says 1920. Oh, or is this entirely fake? Because I thought it was a 30s coin. No, it's not fake. This is the first year. Okay, so why then when I type in 1926 does eBay show me other ones? Maybe it's a little better year? The first buy it now that I can see is for a good bit higher. Tell me, the last one in that is going to be next Thursday. I actually need to film a video that will come out tomorrow. What do you guys think is fair for that Oregon Trail half? Is like 140 reasonable? 259 on this one. Oh, but the obverse is pretty nice. Very solid Athenian owl. Florida National Bank, I do not. Kamem coin dollar. Yeah. I just don't want to like charge Astro way too much, but I do think that it's probably like just based off of eBay. When I include San Francisco there, let me just look in the sold. People seem to be wanting them kind of expensive. Cleaned AU detail PCGS was $227. Then one sold for $130. But then some of the other ones were cheaper when they bid. They just went to like $99. Maybe like, don't think that this is like such a good deal. I mean, if it's a fair deal, buy it. But I don't think it's like extremely discounted. My thought was like $119. And there's already pre-bid, so maybe I should have gone higher. But that's a nice looking coin. Fantastic Native American. That'd be really cool to actually do a similar. I just wish that we would strike coins that were business strike and not proofs, so that you'd have. It's got to be more expensive to do it that way. Oh, Texas Scooters asked about the Augustus. We've got some of those, but they're like in the high 300s. Here's some of the Elizabeth coins. So if that's too hot, I get it. No issue. If not, we can maybe run some. Queen Elizabeth 3p, dated specifically. Okay, let's check it out then. I'll tell you what I paid for them, which is going to make me seem a little greedy, but it's pretty uncommon that you see Hoard coinage, especially of super desirable types. So like this one is the oak wreath. Paid $288.71 for it. Looking for $389. I mean that's like making about 20% when you factor in fees. This one would have been struck in 19 to 18 BC. This is a better portrait, but the reverse is maybe not quite as nice, but it's also slightly tougher to find reverse type. Obsidius servatos. Oh, sorry. I did not see that. AD. Okay, now I'm getting confused as to what the requests are. Oh, this one. This is like a $39 coin or something. See where this one bids up to. Divus Augustus under Tiberius from Italica. Kazuya, which 8 reals? I don't think I know that I have any, but I'm gonna try to buy some more. And let's find WY06. $11. Maybe I'll just do one of these guys. $109 maybe? I'm not exactly sure what these are supposed to go for. Maybe we'll do a couple dollar starts after this. Just mix things up a little bit. Yeah, I think I sold one earlier, actually. Let's try... Well, there's also some nice... I haven't tried any Denari. Why don't we try a Mithridatic... Oh, did I... I think those will come back next show. What should we run? Yeah, they're really awesome. I'm a fan of them. I'm looking for some stuff. Would people be interested in just like World Silver? Because we do have some similar items. Here's a really nice reverse type of the porcelain gaming and gambling money. These have been historically quite popular. And so we could continue to offer this collection. Yeah, absolutely. And please feel free to keep requesting it just in case I'm jumping around too much and getting distracted. That's like a cheaper, if you want an Alex Tet, that's going to be a good coin for you because it's much less expensive, I think, than normal. This one's cool. You have a couple different characters on the front in blue. Like Talar's very cool. We'll try to pull a good mix. What's the date? Can you tell me? Is that 89 BC? I forget exactly, EJ. But just so that it'll help me locate it. This is a wild, like butterfly type one, much larger planchet, kind of fun. Couple monocolor as well that I'm seeing. We could try some. Oh, one Fong is the character on the reverse. Oh, interesting. So maybe that actually, because that's Fong is a unit of Thai currency, I believe. So that's almost more explicit. Like, hey, this might be being used in that context. Is that a snake basket, like a System Mystica, or I don't know what exactly I'm looking at here. That one will go to Hurricane Bay. This one, again, as we get more, keep looking. I'll be on another. Jay Dizzle, would you like me to run some notes in like maybe 10 minutes? I have more of the Not Geld. It's not that I'm like almost out and there's none left, but I'm starting to approach having fewer in stock here in Texas, and they're pretty nice. Looks like this one is this is a beautiful chili pepper. Could see that one being really popular. I think it's a chili pepper. I don't know, maybe it's something else, but it's really large. There's also one of unknown medium that came with the collection that I'm pretty interested in. That one will go to Sorcerer. The whole binders, I think those are down in Texas. I don't know if we've sold them. I've never seen this type of material. It's like almost like a clay, but it came with the collection, which is kind of interesting. And then I think it looks like there's maybe like 6 more total. This one reminds me of like a symbol I've seen in some of the Tai Show Japanese. There also is a nice mix of Japanese, but in terms of what I see in front of us, after these, we're going to try that silver tetragram, the elf. Probably like 139. I think it's a little better type. It has like a woman's, maybe a woman's head on the back. It's like decent eye appeal. If you're curious about it, I would run it. Bridger, what type of coin is that as well? I'll pull all the requests. We'll want to look at them. She just let. Okay, yeah. Maybe I won't run like all the remainder. Maybe I'll run like 1 or 2 lots, but I will make sure that I have some for all you for some father son not geld time, or not father son, father daughter. I think I've told you before, but buying coins with my dad was like a core childhood memory, and I think definitely has influenced me going and auctioning these today. So it's been a hobby that we've gotten to share and really fun. And yeah, as I said, I think at this point I see like a total of 5 more of these guys in tonight's sale. I think they're all going to be different types though, as you all build out a possible collection. Really, that's interesting. I don't actually know. It looks like maybe like a flower type, but a little more of a crude production style. Very curious. Lotus. Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense with that area of the world. Running a little lower here, there's a small engraved character. Also looks like kind of like a petal of some type. And we'll do the remaining 2 that I have. And I'll try to bring back some more for next show. But, it's just the currency. It is so cool what ends up as currency in different parts of the world over time. I mean, I've seen like there's like the Laotian tiger tongue lat money. Super interesting. Here's like a scroll style item. And the last one almost looks like a little serrated coin of the Seleucid Empire. Do you guys say Seleucid or Seleucid? I actually really don't know what it should be, and if somebody definitively knows, I'd be curious to have their input. All the Judea for sure, J Dizzle. Let's see. Those, I think I normally do $32 starts. Let me just find where they are. That's my first order of business. Nice win, Seleucid. I think that's my suspicion if I had to, but I truly don't know. Here's the Janaeus. All these Janaeus, just as a heads up, I think that the 32 price is really quite solid because they all are like decent eye appeal. So, you know, they've been pretty much hand selected for being at least above average. Not all of them are going to be insanely nice, but these are going to be biblical widows mites and NGC holders. Yep, Timmer, I've got that pulled. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. It can be a little easier for me to shift into some of like the more repeatable types, if that makes sense. Here's another Pruda. There's the star on the front of it. Or the anchor, excuse me. There's a star on the back. And, you know, there should be some pretty nice examples. Here is the next one. $32. And then there are some high-end Pruda that has interesting like Judean lettering around the edge. There's the star clear on the reverse. Could guess that we'll have a sudden death flurry, as we do. Let's see. This one is going to be a very clear anchor on the front. We're not going to raise the price, but I would guess that the market forces will do the bidding. Yeah, I think continued nice types with a large anchor style there. Then we have, this one has clear strike on both sides, continuing along with that theme. You can see the very clear star. Yeah, for sure, big time. If it would help focus a little bit if you told me a specific one you're looking for. That one will go J Dizzle. This one's next up as well. Very nice. That one will go J Dizzle. Right here. And I hope to get in not crazy long from now. Well, it could be long. They're at NGC, but I'm getting in some of the Hasmonean types in no grade, which could be just a little less expensive than some of the, I have some really nice mites that are $100 starts today that are in choice VF condition graded by NGC. So we can also try those. Here we have, is that the last of these? This little mix here? Let's see. Possibly. Very nice star there. Now let's try to find some of the big. So these are the ones that are $99 starts. I think we sold one earlier. I mean, I only offered one and it went. And I think you can see why they do go. I mean, maybe 99 is even. Well, tell me what you think. Really solid condition. Biblical Widow's Mite. This is referencing some of the anonymous Hasmonean kings. Ancient Judea breaks away from the Seleucid Empire, the Maccabean kings. And so we've got some of their really solid shape Pruta in front of us here today. Yeah, I mean there's some cool like Herodian types. And then let's see. Other interesting examples that I have for today. Well, what would be, I'm trying to think if there's anything. We could try some nice medieval silver. Oh, and then people, oh no, sorry. After this we have the Tet. JLB, I just sold through a bunch of my stuff that's Chinese. I have some cool stuff for sure. That's Josh, right? Very solid. I'll keep you updated. I have some Zhou Dynasty Ant Nose money. I have it available in bulk if you would like to try buying it directly. This one, there's some issues going on with the coin. But there's also very clear Alexander. You see some chipping. But you can also see his head very clearly. You know, it's a large flan. Cool. Sounds good. But again, like, don't probably want to sell like at least $500 of it or so to go direct, if that makes sense, just in terms of making it worth it for you and me. But it could be worth pursuing, obviously, and there's zero pressure. If I'm constantly texting out offers too, so if anybody wants to, you know what? I'm not seeing that coin. I think I might have. Oh wait, there's two Hasmonean. I think we're out of the mites, just in terms of like I'm looking at where they would be, and I'm not seeing them. Here's same thing, a nice dinar. This one's not in as nice of shape as the last one, but has very good. Actually, that's very good detail. Wildman Tollers, no, but we just bought some Wildman stuff. Danny collects for sure. It's like in the high 40s, I would say. Yeah, so I think that I'm out of this stuff, but I'll try to bring some for next show. I think I might have overestimated the coins that are in my inventory, unless they're like hiding somewhere else, but I really don't think they are. Oh, we also have some South Petherton Hoard coins. Yeah, I apologize. I think that those guys I'm out on. But we'll have more, J Dizzle, and if you're ever looking for a big group, let me know. Because we do wholesale some stuff if you have a resale angle where there should be some room on it. We sold a bunch wholesale for like $26. And obviously these ones are bidding up pretty solidly. I'm not going to be at the St. Louis show. I'm hoping to be at Summer Fun and Summer A&A. Here is the Biblical Widow's Mite. Very nice obverse reverse. And then this one, a little sandier or dustier patina. That'd be really fun to hang out. J Dizzle gonna win that one. Here we've got South Petherton, $79. No sudden death. Beautiful Antonianus. I think it was a 7,564 coin hoard that was discovered by Metal Detectorist. I think we have about 20 in stock total between Texas and Connecticut. You as well have a great weekend. And so not a super common, or I shouldn't say common because there's a lot of them, but it's not easy to find either. All right, any last minute requests, everybody? We should have some cool stuff as I just look around here. What could be? We have some Nepalese mohurs. I mean, I think I got a good deal on it. I could run it for 139 and I make a couple bucks. I just am also worried that I don't really know what it's worth, so I don't want it to be worth less, if that makes sense. And then like stick you in a bad situation on it. Because normally the large metal showing in the box. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So I'd be down to run it for like 139, but I don't have full conviction that like it's my best ever offer. Dollar start this metal. This is a really cool 1822 dated, I think, German metal with fantastic relief. This beautiful reverse as well. Anything Islamic? Yeah, we have some cool Islamic types. We also have some Mughal coins. We have some great, hopefully, Islamic stuff coming in. We have some Sikh Empire. This one I think could bid a lot higher, but who knows where it'll land. Beautiful 1822 metal. Sometimes stuff goes cheap, nice win. And then, as I mentioned, we're probably towards the back of, towards the end of the show. This one I paid 65 for. Sikh Empire is not common. I've sold all the ones that I bought prior. This is going to be Anandgar, but again, Sikh Empire silver. Ardashir, I can try to buy a couple more of them. I don't know if the guy will still have them, but I will call to check. Maybe pick up, a handful of those or something. Like maybe another 2 or 3. They're kind of pricey to me though too, so made some money on those, but I don't want to get stuck with them. You know what I mean? If I buy 5 of them and then have a tough time selling. These are going to be Rajas of Baglana. They're actually struck about 1600 to 1800 in the name of Akbar the Great, the Mughal ruler. These typically have bid solidly past the start price. I think I have a couple of Sasanian drams, and we have some Sasanian drams coming. Maybe I'll start these at 19. And are other people lagging? Let me know if people are. I think I have a couple Mahmud Broad Durhams. We'll do the last 2 of these that I brought. That one's really got good eye appeal. Do I have 2 more? No, I have 2 more after this. Excuse me. Just don't want to mislead anybody there. Nice one for Carl. Here we've got this $19 start. Buckhaven coins. Nice win for Scoot. Then this is the last one of the day for this specific type. I think we have one left of the some other exciting Indian types we have. This one is a nice Saharanpur mint Maratha Confederacy at $55. I think it's actually a pretty solid opportunity. Beautiful style, and I think it's the last of maybe 10 that I've bought over time in the 40s. Let's see, anything else from that group that might be standout? Oh yeah, these are nice Ghaznavid coins. I mean, that one is a really good looking Nishapur Broad Durham. It's a little better shape than I have had in the past, so we'll start it at 19, but I could see that bidding a bit higher. Okay, interesting. That one went for 19. This next one, I would not be able to move from 19. I thought the other one would be in the 20s. This one's a little more worn, but still pretty decent eye appeal. 104. Sure. Nice Islamic script. Let's see. This one, the plancha is a little more beat up, possibly clearer detail in the script, though. Pretty solid. I'm not too sure, Poe. James Canada. I'm going to snag that one. Let's see. Oh, I actually don't know the relative scarcity of mint marks, so similar, I don't want to mislead you. Just having an Aku is fun. But yeah, do you want me to pull them? If you tell me the SKU, I can get them at 109. Otherwise, they're probably going to end the... Maybe we'll do... I would say we're in the last request phase. Here's a very nice... Some metals. Sure. Why don't we run one or two? We'll try this Hermaeus Dram. Silver. Oh, with the hanger. Sorry. Yeah, that one, it almost is certainly silver. It was sold to me by a French refinery. But there's not like an argent stamping, so I just want to call it out. That's kind of sold as is. Weighs 56.1 grams. If it was 45 an ounce, it'd be $72. Why don't we start it for 109 and just see what happens to it? Because I don't know if the outside of it is silver, etc. Beautiful horse portrait. But again, sold to me as silver. Blondelet, the engraver. Vie de Doudon. And then I think this was requested as well. 1751. Probably start for like $39. And just let it rip from there. And let me try the 30 Stivers. Maybe I'll just run that as like... This one I think could be pretty appealing. Imagine it in a Jetton form. I think it'd be a lot more popular. 1751. Gallia Fit Partout Felix. Should have some good room. Again, that's going to be 1751. The coin on the right. Which one? This one? That's a Queen Anne crown. Let's do the Stivers, though, at 129. Again, I'm not sure exactly what the price should be on this guy, but it's definitely a cool type. It's got a very fun Dutch style. That one will go to Lord Draco, and then maybe we'll try an Aku. I know that the Aku price, I think, will be pretty decent for everybody. WX39. Don't see these too often at well, I don't even know where silver is. 79 is not going to be much more than silver. Nice 1720 something Bordeaux. And I think that's probably going to do it. Any last... Maybe we can spin a Gallienus Double Denarius. I think it would have been possibly buried in the ground. Jinx, that would have been my best guess for that kind of patina. Gens, let me just look if I even have any gens. I'm not sure I've got them. Gallienus. Nice looking coin. Might have a nice win for Shane. I don't think I have any Jettons. Oh, actually, I might have one. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll run this one in the meantime. That one has a nice beard and a very clear reverse as well. Oh, sorry about that. If you want to undo it, that's totally fine. It looks like there's one Jetton that I have, but I'm not 1,000,000% sure on if it's silver or not. It was sold to me as silver. And the type, I've had the type before and it was silver. Oh, nice. Give me melt. That's awesome. No, we try hard. That's like one of the things that I have some guys in France that I am dealer friends with, and I just try to, basically buy nice Jettons. I think I have one silver Jetton left. They're just so consistently awesome items, is how I would describe them. All right, maybe we'll try a couple of these at the traditional 29 start. This is really cool because it's after his death. So it's what's known as Divus Claudio. And you see Claudio, and then you have an altar for him on the reverse, which I think that's pretty neat. We have a limited number, but we do actually have some, if people are looking for Roman in NGC holders, we do have a good number. We also have some Breakaway Empire in good eye appeal. Tetricus. Yes, I paid $289 for it, Jonathan. I'm looking for $369. If you were, maybe we could do $359, but I wouldn't want to jump below that. So it's a little close to retail, I would say, possibly, but it also might still have some juice. That's cool. Shannon gonna win that one. I think we've got another Tetricus. Then I think we have so Tetricus is the last ruler. He goes down. And then we have a nice looking Probus, actually, that I think people will find interesting. Actually, no, maybe we have more. Pax, good portrait of Pax on the reverse. This one maybe is not uploaded. Okay, it does look like there's one more of the Tetricus. And then we have some Tetricus the second, but kind of closing this one out. Yeah, I'll find the Tallers just to close things down kind of. There's also, in case people wanted, here's a Constantius. And then we'll do the Tallers. But I'm just going to run. After the Tallers, we will be finished, just as a heads up. There's also a big reduced Nimbus or / Foss. We'll do a big Galerius. Oh, we have a Fausta as well, which is a female ruler. This one does get the full $29. I mean, that's a really big flan. And you have the Genio type. Yeah, Fausta, I think, is in the house of Constantine. I want to say she's Constantine's second wife, but somebody correct me if I'm off on that. Pretty good eye appeal as well. BCA 087. Sure. I will run that before we end. Maybe along the Tallers. I'm going to do, first I want to make sure that I offer, again, this one's $369. No sudden death. There you see a little elongation. I don't think that it's X mount, but just want to call that out. Big time. 1624. Beautiful. Not tonight. I want to. I also kind of have. I want to get to somewhere after this, so that's. But I'll bring them back probably next Sunday. I think I'll be back. This one is gonna be $1.99, which is not too cheap either. But it's just like I don't get dollars in much. One species taller. And then we'll do the Baffy will be the first bidder. Nice win. Man, AD, we're really coming down to the wire here. AD 7801. What is that coin? Let's do, all right, 3 coins left, everybody. Then it's a hard, so no more requests, but keep stuff in for next time. This is beautiful, truly beautiful. Lots of early English and French. Come back to the next show for it. Super excited about it. Fantastic Peruvian. Beautiful. Leo, late Roman Empire, dollar start, buck and go, and then we'll do the 4A tetradrachm. AD 7801. Paid in the 20s for this one. I think it's got good room. Great monogram on the reverse. Again, late Cisco killer win. And where did I now put this 4A tet that I can't even find? Seriously, where did I put it? Now I can't see it. I think, man, that's so frustrating if I literally now can't find it. Well, it didn't go, so obviously I'll have it for next time. Here's the last but not least silver Jeton of the day. Again, I'm going to say I didn't test this for being silver. It looks like a more modern strike, but I was sold it as silver, and I probably should. Everywhere that I've seen, these are definitely silver, so let's see. Where is this? I really want to find this owl for you guys, though. Did I put it where it came from and just for not pick it up again? Thought I had it like out. Nice win for Gallienus. All right, at this point, well, oh, there it is. Okay, fine. I did find it. AD 7801. 179. Nice 4A tetradrachm. XF slab, it's a. I'm being convinced to run for longer. I sold one earlier at 159. It's ancient British. Pretty nice type. Athenian owl here. All right, just in case. 159. Very kind of you guys. Yeah, for sure, Adrian. The Choice VF did bid up to 120 and then 192 on eBay. So I have a mix of the XFs. Very, very kind of you guys. I'll try. I'll basically do these until they run out, which is not a threat. It is just that I'm probably should take off. There you can see the stylized horse, though. There's the body of the horse, the back hind leg, the 2 front legs, and then the horse head. Super, super solid. Again, ancient British, nice large stator, NGC certified. And Jinx, no, that was the second one that I had. Let's raid Spencer Miller. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and we'll try to be back multiple times this week if we can't find. Oh, there he is. All right.